saying things people already know out loud is tight.
Get out of my head! It's cool to know other people think about this stuff too.
This is
Ready? Break.
What's up, everyone? It's Adam from FWCI, and we've got a pitch meeting for the Marvel TV series Moon Knight. I did watch Moon Knight. I was gonna react to it on the channel, but honestly, my Marvel TV reactions don't do that good, and I got about maybe 15 minutes into the first episode before I realized that my missus would love this show, so I decided not to even bother with the reactions and just enjoy this one in my spare time with my partner, and it was great. She loves Egypt and gods. We got papyruses around the house and shit like that, so it was a really fun watch, especially enjoying it with her. Wild fucking show. Shit is all over the place in this show. We don't even really know what's going on by the end. We've got massive time blackouts where we have no idea what happens. So they, and correctly so, told this story in a very compartmentalized kind of fashion, which is very interesting to follow along week to week. But I loved Moon Knight. I'm very curious to hear what Ryan George has to say about this one, because while I loved it and it was a very unique show, it was a very unique show in the same breath. So there could be a lot to poke holes in and stuff like that. But when we got to see Amit and Towerette at the end, man, that was wild shit. The MCU is introducing a lot of weird stuff. We're getting like high voice just then. We're getting, you know, Afterlife now. We're getting Supernatural with Blade and stuff like that. So the MCU is about to go into some weird territory by the looks of things. But let's have a look at the Moon Knight pitch meeting from Ryan George. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. Let's check it out.
So, you have a new show for me?
Yes, sir, I do. I was thinking we could do a Moon Knight series.
Oh, like a prank show? What? You run around, friggin' show your bare butt to Sir Patrick Stewart?
No.
Mooning Knights is tight.
No, I was thinking like a show
Wow.
about the Marvel character Moon Knight.
Oh, yeah, that makes more sense. That's more on brand for us, for sure.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
we're gonna meet this British guy, Stephen Grant, right? And he keeps blacking out and waking up in strange places.
Oh, been there.
But it turns out when he's blacking out, it's actually a split personality situation, and this guy Mark Spector's taken over.
Oh, so we're doing multiple characters played by the same actor?
Yeah, they're gonna be constantly talking to each other, interacting and stuff.
Venom.
That never works.
Well, sometimes it works.
It's just weird to watch one guy interacting with himself. It doesn't cut together well. Nobody wants to watch that.
I mean, I feel like some people might.
All right, man, I guess we could give it a shot.
Okay, great. So anyway,
Yeah, good point. If there's anyone that knows how it feels to act in a conversation with yourself, it's this guy.
it turns out this Mark guy is the avatar of Khonshu, the Egyptian god of the moon.
Okay.
And so he has the ability to summon this badass superhero suit and become the Moon Knight.
Oh man, I can't wait to see Moon Knight in action. And see him you will, sir. Oh boy.
For about 15 minutes in the whole runtime.
What?
Yeah, not a ton of Moon Knight in the Moon Knight show. He also does this thing where he blacks out before big action scenes. It just kind of comes to with the aftermath.
Kind of.
I am not upset that we got less Moon Knight because there was so much story to tell with Mark and Steven as it is, but we'll talk about it after the pitch meeting.
I want to see those happen. Well, too bad.
All right. So anyway, Mark and Steven are gonna kind of bicker over who gets to control the body as they try to stop this bad guy, Harrow.
Harrow, huh? What's his deal?
Well, he wants to find this other god Amit's tomb so he can bring her back to life and she could kill anyone who has or will commit evil.
Yikes.
Yeah, and Steven sees that Harrow has this Amit-style tattoo on his arm, and he's doing that same thing already, judging people and killing them.
Big yikes.
So Steven's gonna team up with this woman, Layla, who's actually Mark's wife, and try to stop this guy.
Yeah, frickin' stop this guy. Sounds like a real jerk.
So eventually Khonshu brings them in front of all the other Egyptian gods to tell them about Harrow trying to find Amit's tomb.
Smart.
But then they bring Harrow in, and Harrow's like, actually, Khonshu isn't very nice, and Mark has mental health issues. So the gods are like, all right, well, Harrow's clearly done nothing wrong.
But that's it? They just believe him?
They just believe him. Yeah, that's right.
Why doesn't Mark make him show that magical Amit tattoo of his?
Unclear. So then all the
Yeah, there was a few things that Mark could have said, or Khonshu could have said that would have been more incriminating for Harrow, I feel like. But that's a great scene. Oscar Isaac, like, just acting like possessed and screaming and stuff like that. Fantastic acting.
Avatars leave, but this one lady stays behind and gives Mark a hint about some other thing he can find that'll help him out.
Oh, very nice.
So him and Layla go on another little adventure, and eventually they find this star map that'll lead them to Amit's tomb.
Okay.
But this star map was made thousands of years ago, so Khonshu has no choice but to turn back the entire night sky to see what it looked like on that night.
I mean, they have like iPhone apps that let you do that.
Yeah, but he shifts massive celestial bodies instead of opening the app store.
Wow, people must freak out.
Not really, no. This is the MCU. People see crazy stuff all the time.
That's a good point.
So anyway, then all the other
Yeah,
gods punish
valid point.
Khonshu and imprison him inside a little Ushabti figurine.
Oh, dang it.
And so eventually Mark actually finds Amit's Ushabti, but Harrow pops out and shoots him dead.
Oh, that's fatal.
It is, except no, not really,
No.
because this is the MCU and death is rarely permanent.
That's another good point.
So Mark wakes up in this asylum-themed afterlife, and he finds Steven trapped inside a sarcophagus begging to be let out. So that's what happens after you die.
Yes, sometimes.
So then they're walking around and they find another sarcophagus that somebody's trying to get out of.
Wow, so who's in there?
Well, at the very end of the show, we're gonna find out that there's
Yeah.
actually a third personality inside the body named Jake Lockley.
They don't open it up? Mark just found Steven inside one of those. Aren't they curious?
No. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, they...
Nah, that sarcophagus was rocking a little bit too violently, and we already kind of knew that there was a third person because in some of the blackout scenes it wasn't Mark and it wasn't Steven either.
Don't open it up? Mark just found Steven inside one of those. Aren't they curious?
No. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, they keep walking and they find a hippo. What? Yeah, it's this Egyptian goddess, and she brings them on a boat sailing through the afterlife.
Okay.
And she weighs their hearts to see if they're balanced and they can enter the field of reeds, which is like an eternal paradise kind of place, but their hearts aren't balanced.
So what do they do?
Well, Steven ends up sacrificing himself and turning to sand and being stranded in the Duat Desert so Mark can go to the field of reeds.
Well, what about that Jake Lockley part of them? Shouldn't he be involved in this calculation somehow?
Hey, shut up. So then Mark is in the field of reeds, but he's like, we got...
Hey, shut up. Yeah, he probably should actually. Fuck.
gotta go back for Steven. We can't leave him lost in the sands forever.
Yeah, that'd be messed up.
But the hippo goddess is like, it doesn't work like that, Mark.
Oh, well, sounds like it's impossible to get him back then.
Actually, it's gonna be super easy. Barely an inconvenience.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because see, it immediately does work like that, Mark. Oh, yeah, he just kind of magically runs right back into the desert and finds Steven immediately, and then some gates open up and they go through.
Well, that worked out great.
It did,
It's
and then
fine.
also Layla released Khonshu so Mark and Steven get their healing powers back.
How did she manage to free Khonshu?
Well, turns out all you have to do is smash the figurine and that does the trick.
Oh, nice.
But also Harrow has everything he needs to set Amit free now, so the other gods show up like, what is going on? Who could be doing this?
Do they not remember the meeting they just had about that?
Yeah, no, they forgot about that, I guess. So they're like, who could it be? And then Harrow kills them all.
Very rude.
So then Amit is released, and she's a very angry crocodile.
Oh, yeah?
Oh,
Love it.
yeah. So she inhales a bunch of souls and becomes super huge. And then
I love that Amit became this gigantic friggin' kaiju level friggin' monster, and I think that they're putting out like a. I don't buy many Funko Pops. I get like the occasional one every now and then. In fact, I just picked this one up the other day purely because it looks fucking sick, kind of thing. But if I can get a Khonshu or a giant pop Funko Pop, Amit and Khonshu, I would definitely invest in that.
then Khonshu also becomes really big.
How?
By becoming really big.
Sick.
Yeah, so then there's gonna be
can
this
do
big
it.
final
It's fine.
fight, and also Layla has powers too now.
Oh, she does?
Yeah, the hippopotamus gave her some bug wings.
This is a weird show.
Kind of. So then Mark turns into Moon Knight and flies in to start kicking some butt.
He flies now?
He flies now.
Wow, wow,
Yeah,
wow.
boy.
Wow.
And then it seems
Wow.
like Harrow is gonna kill Mark and Steven and some bad guys shooting at Layla, but only on the shielded part of her body for some reason.
Uh-oh, so what's Mark gonna do?
He's gonna do
Well-
what he does best: black out and take care of everything off screen. Oh, yeah, so that's the big finale. We don't see what happens.
I kind of wanted to see it.
Well, too bad. So then they trap Amit inside of Harrow's body, because this way they could kill her.
Okay.
But then Mark and Steven decide not to do it.
What? Why not?
Because that's kind of a thing in movies
Should've
and
killed
TV.
him.
The hero kills a bunch of people throughout the movie, but then when it comes time to kill the big bad guy, they're like, no.
But this is a god that wants to kill a bunch of people.
Yeah, and so then Khonshu lets Steven and Mark free because they had made a deal.
Oh, well, that's nice.
It is, but then in a mid-credit scene, we're gonna learn about that Jake Lockley guy, and Khonshu has him kill a bunch of hospital staff to get to Harrow and then kills him.
Khonshu has Jake kill a bunch of innocent employees?
He did,
Fuck
yeah.
yeah.
So what do you think?
Well, it sounds like a great show.
Amazing. So what are you thinking for casting? I was thinking Oscar Isaac for Moon Knight.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
And for Layla,
We could slide into some DMs.
what?
Actor was approached by Marvel first on Instagram. No shit. That's a trip. By the way, I've been singing this to myself all day. If you know, you know. Hippopotamus. I'm a hippopotamus. Oscar Isaac is the fucking man. I've become a massive fan of his throughout this series here. His acting as all the different versions of, this character, I guess Mark Spector is the main vessel for this, is just second to none. Like, he was far and away the highlight of the show, and I still enjoyed the weirdness and the new dimension to the MCU that we're starting to learn about in shows like Moon Knight. So this show, you had a lot going for it. I don't know, WandaVision was pretty fucking epic. I can't say it's up there with WandaVision. I'd put this kind of on par with Loki in terms of just an interesting sci-fi, or in this case, supernatural story being told that isn't necessarily completely intertwined with everything, but is more there to just sort of set up the universe around us, and this is what the afterlife is, or in Loki's case, this is what, variants are, or the multiverse that it started to introduce. So, loved Moon Knight. The pitch meeting for this wasn't too bad. He made some good points about a few things, but I feel like, again, if a show is really good, it makes the pitch meeting much harder to do as far as trying to, pick little jokes and things to exploit and make fun of, for the purpose of comedy and entertainment. If a show is really well done, then I find that the pitch meeting doesn't come quite as naturally. So let me know what you guys thought in the comments about this one here. I do still plan on reacting to Miss Marvel and She-Hulk. So subscribe if you do like Marvel reactions, because I'll be doing those. I just uploaded a reaction to Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers. Go watch that movie on Disney Plus immediately. It's my favorite movie of the year so far from everything that I've seen. So go see Chip and Dale, then come watch my reaction to it and see what I thought about it as well, because that movie is something fucking different, and I highly recommend, especially if you were born in the 80s or 90s, go see it, because it's going to be a huge nostalgia trip for you. Brooklyn Nine-Nine, still powering through that. I'm up to like the 4th episode of season 2. Halloween. Again, if you know, you know. But heaps of other stuff on the channel. Subscribe now so you don't miss out on any of it. And as always, everyone, be well, stay safe, look after your friends. See you in the next video. Peace.
I'm a hippopotamus. I like swimming, but I'm dangerous. If you get too close to me, I might just bite your feet.